So usually, whenever there is a website, right?
Okay.
So we have mainly three parts. Okay.
Okay.
So one is the database, which we all already work. We all are working right on databases.
Yeah,
So
bro.
one is the database, so which is managed by the data team.
Okay.
So yeah. Then there is a backend. Okay. So
Okay.
backend is basically might be built on Java. Okay. Or it
Okay,
might
bro.
be built on Python.
Okay.
Python backend might be so Java. There are many framework like Spring Boot and everything are there, right? And
Okay.
Python we have Flask, Django. So these are the backend. So backend is built,
Okay.
and sometimes React and Node are also there.
Mm.
So I'll write just JS because I'm not sure to Node React to some because in JS some things are used in front end, back end both. So
Yeah,
that's why
bro.
I'm. So this is the backend, right? So this is our
Yeah.
database. This is our backend, and then they create one front end. So this is the front end which we will browse right on our browser.
Yeah. Yes, bro.
So what will happen is we will from our browser we will send some request to this
Okay.
backend. Then
Okay.
backend is already anyway connected to this database, right?
Yes.
So it will send the response to the user. So this is the client. This will be called client.
Yeah, bro.
So this is client. This is our backend and this is our database. So this is called client and this will be called as a whole as a server. Okay.
Okay. Server
Yeah. So server has backend code also and database
and
also.
database. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say there is a use case that this backend, let's say this server or this website, entire website is of a, let's say hotel company, hotel chain company, or a flight company, a airline
Okay.
company. Okay. Let's say
Okay. Okay.
Indigo. Indigo is there.
Okay.
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 So what will happen? Let's say there is one more company. There is a startup who wants to have make all the bookings of all the airlines available on their website. Like we have MMT, right? Make My Trip or
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Go
bro.
IBB and all. So what
Yeah.
they want their availability. They want to check the availability of this Indigo website, with Indigo flights from Indigo website.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they will contact these people, but they want either they have to get the backend, right? They want the
Okay.
exposure to backend, or they need the database.
Okay.
Otherwise, how will they get the information,
Yes, bro.
right? So
Yes.
what? But this Indigo, they will not. It is risky, right, to provide access to
Yeah.
database to any new
And
third
backend
party
code also.
and backend code. So it is risky, right?
Yeah.
So they will not allow that. So
Okay.
what they have to do now? So what they have to do? They have to manually go to that website and check and update to their website, right? That is the only
Yes.
solution. They have to do
Yes,
web
bro.
scraping, you can say.
Web
So they need
scrapping.
to,
Okay.
yeah, they need to go to the website and just what they can do, they can create some automation script to launch Selenium and browser and put that all the clicks they need to do automatically, all these things. Either they can do that, or another way is, but that is not very foolproof actually. So some of the times you won't get the data correctly. So some of the that depends on the front end entirely, right? So
Okay.
when so let's say Indigo or something is there, right? So to search anything, we need to be dependent on the UI.
Yes, bro.
So if I have to, yeah, like that, they need to go and manually or automatically or through automation script, they need to enter the source, destination, and the flight and all, return, departure, and then they need to search the flight. And then same
Okay.
data they need to update in their database. So one way is that. Another way is this is where API comes. So what they will do in between this client and the server, they create one more
Okay.
layer, which is called REST API.
Okay.
Okay. So now the client, let's say, is Go IBO or Make My Trip. So they
Okay.
they will request to this API. This is a
Okay.
in between one more layer, you can say one more layer now they have created here
So, bro,
called
when the
API.
client is not related to that organization or that particular website, so
Yeah,
they due to the risk factor, they have created one API.
correct,
So
correct. Two
between server
purposes.
and client,
Two purposes, bro. One purpose is to secure. Security is one aspect.
security. Yeah.
Second aspect is, bro, create some kind of automation. Because
Mhm.
this will, let's say, otherwise what they have to do, they have to manually go and scrape the website, right?
Mhm.
Either
Okay.
manually or let's say even they create script also. Script will also not be feasible because they will keep all the logs low.
Mhm. Okay.
In UI, they will not allow to send requests like that.
Okay.
When a website is created, this is taken care. So they can't search anything. They can't fetch the data from UI just like that.
Okay.
So all the data they will not be able to fetch. That is the problem. So there is one automation requirement, right? Now they want the
Yeah.
data to be automatically loaded, bulk data they want in as
Yeah.
a transfer
Mhm.
for this client, for this new client, third party client.
Okay.
So what they have created is there's a layer in between REST API.
Okay.
So now all the request will and response will go through this third layer, third channel.
Okay.
Okay. So now the client will send request to this API. Now this API will interact with the database.
Okay.
Yeah. So API will fetch the information from database and then send the response. So basically the format which they use usually is JSON in APIs.
Okay. Yes, bro.
So JSON is the simplest data format in which they are sending and receiving the API because it has that key value pair so that every data will get attached to a particular header.
Okay.
So let's say you have tables, right? You have one
Yes, bro.
scorecard table. So in scorecard table, these columns will, your table name will be one, you can say one
One key.
key. In
Yeah.
that key, the value will be your all the dictionary of all the columns having their value.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that they will have. Uh,
Understood, bro. Yeah.
yeah. So it will be like that. So now they don't need to expose their backend. That problem is solved. Database problem is solved, and the scraping script they had to create, right? This new client.
Yeah.
So that headache also gone, bro. Otherwise, what will happen, bro? They need to create scraping for every website. Let's say they create for Indigo, that is working.
Okay.
But then
Okay.
for another company, let's say Air India, they need to again create one more website and one more scraping code, bro. That is
Okay.
absolutely different
Okay.
because the website is changing, right? This all the UI
Yeah.
and all
UI is
this
getting
every
changed. Yeah.
div and tags will change. So UI will
Yeah.
change. So that is why their scraping script will also change. So it is not
Okay.
possible to create scraping for every other website.
Bro,
So
scraping is nothing but just going to the database and getting the data. Is it correct?
no. Scraping is from front end. Web scraping, I'm saying.
Okay.
So in this thing, if you go to developer tools, so if you inspect any box, okay. So this
Okay.
box is this div. So if any automation
Okay.
person is there, you can if you connect with him, he can tell like how they are doing. So they automate using these divs, tags, and all.
Okay.
They will pick up any if any value is written here, right? It will pick up
Yeah.
through this div tag.
Okay, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
bro, I
that
have
they will.
seen this in dev team. Yeah.
Correct. Bro.
They will use
So it
split
is not
screen for
possible,
this.
bro. Let's say for today,
Yeah.
I have automated this, created this script for Indigo, but that same script will not work, bro, for other website, right?
Okay.
So for that reason, uniform to create one uniformity, they are creating APIs. So
Okay.
API, what it will do, same API, just they need to change the endpoint, right? Let's say Indigo endpoint, they will change and
Okay.
yeah. So API is pretty much similar because request and response body are JSON only. So format is universal.
Okay.
So they will also return JSON. They will also return JSON if they are using REST. In REST,
Okay.
the format is fixed
Okay. REST in
and
REST API,
uniform. REST
the
is a
input
standard,
and
bro.
output format
REST
is
is a API standard.
JSON. Okay.
So these
Okay.
these things they are following in REST.
Okay.
Statelessness, yeah. So that is why. they are going with API. So API gives two advantages. One is automation happens, right? There is no
Yeah.
need to create manually create these scripts or manually scrape the data. Second is
Yeah.
security. So you don't have to expose your data also and backend also. Nothing you need to
Mhm.
expose. So using the same API, any new client also can interact. So let's say one more
Okay.
client is there. So in our OPM side, if I explain from our JNJ perspective, so in JNJ, you see earlier there was only database and UI, right? Data
Yeah,
team
bro.
was dumping the data on data, and
Yeah.
UI team was creating a UI over it. So only this and this were there. This third in between middle layer was not there.
Middle layer was not there. Yeah.
So now what they have done, they have introduced one OPM API team. So
API team.
API team, they are fetching the data from database. Then this
Okay.
data, from that database data, they are doing some changes based on the UI requirements, if
Okay.
required. So then they are exposing their endpoint, and this UI team is hitting this API only, not
Okay.
interacting with our database directly.
Yes,
In
bro.
many, yeah, once this API will be completed, then they completely they will point into API only.
Okay.
Yeah. So now this is the use case, like why it is required, and when it is not required also we need to be aware. So when it is not required
Okay.
is, let's say there is a website which only require, which is static kind of website where only images
Okay.
are there. We need to just go and visit that website, and only it has it is not dynamic static.
Okay. Understood,
Dynamic
bro.
static, you know the difference, right?
Yes. Yes,
So
bro.
yeah. So if the website is static, right, it won't,
Yeah.
it is just for the purpose of showing some information. That's it. You cannot
Okay.
interact with that website. Like you cannot
Yeah.
fill your registration form or something.
Okay.
You cannot log in. Like that thing is not there.
Okay.
Something is not is not being returned from database. Then mostly this API is not required. Not at all.
Okay. When we give the input, bro, then only API required, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess.
When there is some involvement with data, let's say
Okay.
some database is there and something will change, uh,
Okay.
it will keep on changing. This website will keep on changing. Then only REST
Mm-hmm.
API is useful.
Okay.
If it is static, then what is the point? Then directly we can just interact with the database directly, right? Why this third layer is required?
Yeah.
This is not required, right? So that is why. So one is that, and then yeah, then I will introduce to this tool. So this is one API testing tool, Postman.
Okay. This is API
So
testing. Okay.
yeah, so we hit the endpoint, and there are in REST we have four basic CRUD operations. CRUD, you know, right? Create, update,
Okay.
create, and read, update, and delete. Okay, CRUD
Yes, bro.
operation. So in
Yeah.
any web framework, CRUD is there. So CRUD basically means to create something, create a resource. So let's say
Okay.
when we do registration, right?
Yeah.
In any website we do registration, so then we are
Yes.
creating one user ID or some one
Yeah.
user
One
we are
entry.
creating, so one
Yeah.
entry we are doing, so we are
Yeah.
creating.
Yes, bro.
And then if we are doing login, right? So
Yes.
and then trying to read fetch that login page and go to our profile, so we are
Yeah.
doing read operation. Okay,
Okay.
so we are reading our information. And then update is if we are updating any info in our profile, let's say
Yeah.
mobile
Yeah.
number or something we are changing, so that is
Yeah.
update. And delete
Okay.
is if we are deleting our profile, so that is delete. So same
Bro.
for operation.
Yeah.
Let's say some person is third party is using API, right? So
Yeah.
in website they can easily go and do all that, login, create, update, delete,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes,
that
bro.
facility should be there in API also.
Okay.
So to have that, REST provides us basically four functions are there. Get
Okay.
is for reading.
Okay.
Post is for adding some new record. Let's say
Okay.
registration, you can say new
Okay.
registration we have done. So we will use
Okay.
post. Put is for
Okay.
updation.
Updation.
Yeah, and delete is for deletion of resource.
Okay.
Let's say you want to delete my profile, so I will use delete
Okay.
method. So
Okay.
same way, just like we go in website and manually do all this thing, we can do using API, these four operations.
Okay.
Okay. So
Understood,
one
bro.
simple API we will create. We will try to return this simple JSON. Okay, JSON
Okay.
object. So whenever
Okay.
we interact with any API, it will return a data in JSON format. So
Okay.
as I told you, right, if you are
Yes.
returning table, it will return table name as key. Then the value would be all the dictionary of this thing
Mm.
column
Yeah,
values.
bro. Yeah,
Like
bro.
that. So similarly, simply what we are doing here, we are giving key as hello and value would be word. So simply we are returning here. So let me run, then I will explain what is happening one by one. So to create any REST API in Flask, what we need to do is first Flask should be imported. First line is import.
Bro, what is
Flask
the difference between Flask and REST API?
Flask is a framework.
Okay.
Yeah, REST API is a very broad term. So REST API can be created in Java also.
Okay.
Flask is a Python framework. So REST API
Python
can be
framework.
created
Okay.
using Java Spring Boot, you know, right? Java Spring Boot
Yes,
or
Spring Boot.
React.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
React or Node. Just like
Yes.
that, Flask is there for Python.
Okay.
Yeah. So like in Java, the Hibernate is there, one framework, and one is Spring Boot. Then in React we have native React something. We have Node.js. These things are there. These are framework. Framework is nothing, bro. Just let's say simple Python code is there, right?
Yeah.
So like what we do is in our data side, what we do, we
Yeah.
write code and we use those
Yeah.
functions, right? And in our
Yes, bro.
library, we have just one reader library we have created. So
Yes,
framework is
bro.
very, you can say very complex group of all the libraries. So
Okay.
just like
Framework.
we have a
Okay.
reader is only one library, right?
Yes, yes,
So
bro.
if we and reader is library of just one package.
One
So
package.
you
Yeah.
can say package is a collection of modules. Okay.
Yeah.
And library is a collection of packages and framework is a collection of libraries. So
Okay.
many
Okay.
libraries will be there for certain specific tasks and they will
Okay.
create a huge framework of that.
Okay. Understood, bro. That's
Yeah.
a collection of libraries. The
Yeah.
use.
Mhm.
So what we are doing is we are importing Flask framework. So in Flask framework, we have a Flask class. Main class is Flask
Okay.
class.
Okay.
So then there is one thing called RESTful. So
Okay.
resource is nothing like we will create let's say uh, you will create one you want to create one your user account, right, in Facebook.
Okay.
So when you will create that account, you have something called www.facebook.com/ your that user ID comes, right, whenever you open
Yes.
your
Yes,
profile,
bro. Yeah. Signature
either
kind
on
of thing.
LinkedIn or yeah. So that is your resource, bro. That is your resource. That
Oh,
is nothing but
okay.
resource. So
Okay.
slash whatever username you're using, that is a resource you are creating.
Okay. Okay.
And then API is for creating API. One more class is there. They have API. API is a
Okay.
wrapper class. Yeah.
Okay.
So what they are doing is underscore name you know, right? It is for taking the name of the current module. So whatever module we are working in, it will take that underscore name underscore. It
Okay.
is a dunder method. So I think
Okay.
in our library also you have used this underscore name underscore in it or somewhere we have used.
Mm, no, bro. We
I
haven't
think
used this, I guess.
okay. In it, I think we have used not this one. Yeah. So this is
Okay.
nothing but it will just return the name of your current module. So it will what it is
Uh.
doing is it is creating one Flask object using on this
Okay.
module. Okay.
Okay.
So on this
What would
module,
be
it
the
will create
module name, bro? Demo
this
simple
only, na,
API.
demo simple
Simple
API dot
Okay. 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 The
whatever is
mod.
my Python file name, same name it will
Yeah.
come in. So we don't need to
Okay.
hard code it. That is the reason we are
Yeah,
taking this
bro.
understanding.
Yeah, bro. Understood. So in the Flask function, we are passing the current module name, and it
Yeah,
will
Flask
create one object.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, it will create one
class.
object app. Okay.
Correct. So this app, bro, we are passing it to a wrapper class. So this
Okay.
wrapper class is like, wrapper function, right?
No, bro.
Okay, okay.
Honestly.
So, okay, no problem. So let's say one function is there, okay?
Okay.
Uh, sum, okay? One
Okay.
comma two. It is very
Okay.
simple, bro. You'll start saying it is very simple. So this is one function, okay? One comma
Yeah.
two, and we are returning something. One comma two. Let's
Okay.
say just remove one. Then I'll create, yeah, bro. We will call it joke actually.
Why, bro?
Wrapper sum, print, and then sum of two numbers is okay.
Okay.
Then, bro, I will use sum equals to sum,
Okay.
return sum. So, bro, this is wrapper function. Got it?
Yeah, bro. The above
It is
function will be
taking one
used in.
function. Yeah,
Yeah.
taking. So, same way we can use decorator also. So, let's say above if we use at the rate something, right? At the rate wrapper function.
Yeah.
So it will
Okay.
start
Okay.
using decorator. So I'll not go into decorator. Some other time
Uh,
I will explain.
yeah.
So nothing, bro.
Okay, bro.
One function and it was there. Another wrapper function is there. It takes that function, adds some
Okay.
code, and then returns that.
Okay. Okay. Understood, bro.
Got it, bro? So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah. Yeah.
very simple, I think. So wrapper class it is. Similarly, they have called something called wrapper class. So in one class, they might have object of another class. Then they will do some new, they will have some other code, bro. Backend
Okay.
on all, we don't need to do what code they have.
Yeah.
Is like control click pro. This is the code actually. See, they are getting one app equals to none, right?
Okay.
They are taking one function, then doing some prefix and all they are doing. And then finally, bro, they will do have all this function and then return that particular object. Okay. This
Yeah,
is
bro.
very
Understood.
lengthy.
This is backend code.
Yeah, but backend. So this we don't have to create. So just this app object we are taking and we are passing it to API
Okay.
class, and then
Okay.
getting the API object. Yeah. Now there is one class, bro. We are creating any name we can take, whatever resource class we want to name,
Okay.
and it has to inherit from that resource class. Okay, whatever resource you want to
Okay.
create. So it will
Okay,
inherit
bro.
from that class, and there we need to use that CRUD operation now. Okay, CRUD is
Okay.
get, post, put, delete. So these four are basic ones. So here we have the method name also will be same as the CRUD operation name.
Okay.
Okay, so get we
Understood,
do
bro.
get function is used for get operations. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so let's say here we only want to fetch the record, right? Only just fetching will happen because nothing we have as such created. So only fetching will
Yeah,
happen.
bro.
So get function is used. So it is returning hello world. So now
Okay.
what we need to do, this hello world class, bro, we need to add it to API, right? Otherwise,
Okay.
for routing it to that link. Let's say you created one your user account, Basha, on
Okay.
LinkedIn. Okay. Your
Okay.
user ID is Basha at the rate best something. Okay.
Okay.
So you have created that resource. Now you want to route that resource to LinkedIn or something.
Yeah,
And on
just
LinkedIn, you have created.
we need to link the class name, I guess.
Yeah. So this class name you need to add as a resource in your API.
Okay.
API dot add resource, add this class name. So all this whatever operations you will have related to Basha resource, right? Your
Yeah.
user
Yes.
resource. So that all actions will start happening, bro. If you add post, then you can use post also. So URL here, you can give any URL. Currently, let's say if I give get data.
Okay. Okay.
So if I run this, uh, I run this Python. This you know, right? If name equals to mains means it will check whether we are running the current module.
Mm,
You You know this, right? If name equals to name, we write this.
No, bro.
Okay, okay.
Underscore main.
Yeah, bro. I'll explain.
Okay.
So basically, bro, it is nothing. Name I told you, it will return
Yeah,
the
above module name.
above module, right? So
Yeah.
if we are running, bro, directly, this module we are running directly, right?
Yeah.
If when we run this module directly, this name will assign this main variable, main value, right? And it
Okay.
always assign main by
Okay.
default.
Okay. Okay,
So
bro.
when we are running, this name will assign main only.
Okay.
So initially, it will get this name,
But
module name.
yeah, but at the end it will be underscore main underscore.
Yeah. So here it will be main underscore. So basically, this is a background process, bro. It will try to check whether this module is being directly run or some import is being done. So if let's say if I am
Okay.
importing this module to some other module, sometimes we do
Okay.
right from
Yeah, yeah.
demo API import some
Yes, bro.
class. So
Yeah.
then, bro, this name will not be equal to main.
Okay.
That means we are not running that module directly. We are importing it to some other module. So that's just
Okay.
the check we are doing.
Okay. Then it will not run actually. Just the above code will run, I guess.
Yes, yes, bro. Correct.
Yeah. Okay,
Only
bro.
above code and this will become false.
Yeah.
This will not match.
Understood, bro.
So
Yeah.
when I'll do Python, this thing, right? Now it is running, bro. It is this it is being served at this location.
Okay.
This is the my base URL. So I will copy that. The- Yeah, bro, let it be copied. So get data, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is running in my local server, bro. It is acting as a server. So what this has done is this app.run, what it will do, it will create a local server in my system only.
Okay.
It will host this particular app, okay, in my local server. App.run is running it in my local system. So now this is being, you can say this is a development server. Do not
Okay.
use in production. Yeah. So this is my server. So if I
Okay.
hit this server with this URL, right, it should return that. Yeah, it is returning.
Okay.
So if we stop that, it will not return. Is if we stop that, I again send bro. Yeah, nothing will happen. Error return.
How you stopped, bro? That?
Just bro, I stopped that program only, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, code I stopped right here. Control C and it is stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So this is one basic. This also I will send. Okay.
Okay, bro. We will
This is
just
the
yeah.
explanation of that code and code also I will send.
Oh, sure, bro. We will
Yeah.
also try that from my end, like our end.
Yeah. You can also try. Create
Yeah,
one
bro.
virtual if you want to create in your virtual environment also you can create or otherwise not an issue. You can create, import this pip install Flask. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Sure.
And Flask is full. Yeah. So all
Yeah, bro.
the meaning I have written here. So instance of Flask, this is written here.